Creating your YouTube thumbnails does not have to be hard. You just need to have the right tools to do it right. Today, I'm gonna walk you through my process on creating my YouTube thumbnails. I hope you get a lot of value from it. Welcome to Entrepreneur's Toolbox. I'm Jonathan and I'm here to help you find the tools to build income online. I upload new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified when new videos go live. I'm just gonna walk you through a little bit of like my process, what I typically do while making my thumbnails. So, first thing I do is after I record my video, I actually just go to a part of my video file. I like to record my this is irrelevant to the thumbnails, but I like to record my picture-in-picture separate, so my screen capture as well as my video, which it doesn't really matter. You can do it either way. I'm not actually doing that right now, but you know, you get the idea. So I take a screenshot. Somewhere along here I find somewhere that I'm making the kind of expression that I want to portray in the thumbnail. It could be like me making a weird face or whatever it is. So I take that, get a screenshot, and then I go back to a program called remove.bg, and I just use this tool to remove the background from my photo so I could just use it wherever I want. It creates a file that looks like this. So this is the video, the clip that I took, and this is the file that remove.bg gave me, and it's completely free unless you want a really high resolution photo, but this is plenty of resolution for any thumbnail. So the second thing that I typically do is I just go to a program called Thumbnail Blaster. Thumbnail Blaster, it's not completely free, but it's definitely affordable. It's just, I think I paid like 50 bucks or something in that ballpark. I'm not 100. It's been a while since I got it, but it's definitely affordable. I'd recommend it if it was to use this one over things like Canva, because I started getting much higher click-through rates once I started using this versus Canva, because it's a dedicated tool just for thumbnails. So I'm just gonna quickly make a thumbnail for my video since I have that clip. So create thumbnail. This was just some tests, but this is the video that I need to make it for. So you select it, you just select and you click that. These are all ones that I've done use this tool to create. And then you just hit next. They also have like a pro level, which a lot of people, you know, if you go to like Fiverr, things like that, this particular tool, you know, you can sign up for their pro tools, and then they'll be able to use those tools in order to sell the service and make thumbnails for other people. So if you want to make money by making thumbnails for other people, you could use this tool, and they actually teach you in their pro level. But for the base level one, which is the one that I have, which I really don't think that you really need too much more than this, unless you just really want a bunch of templates that don't want to, like, if you don't want any templates, they also have like a thumbnail club where they give you additional thumbnails every single month, but that could be a little bit pricey. But if it's worth it to you, then, you know, go for it. But so they have the club. I just turned that off, but they have a bunch of templates that are already designed, and you can just literally drop your photo and change the text in some of these, and then your thumbnail is done. But I'm just gonna go, one of the things that I typically do is I find out which thumbnails have been working the best, which I've gotten the best click-through rate, and like one that I get a lot, like this one did really well. So I'm actually just gonna use this same template for tomorrow's thumbnail and just modify it. So I'm just gonna remove the picture from last time, and I've actually already uploaded the photo that I showed you. Take that, drop it there, find a nice little placement, and then I like to put like my picture a little bit farther back, so I'll bump myself behind all the other elements and just align it so and then I can just adjust the text. If you get value out of these videos, make sure that you like and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified every time that I upload a new video. If you have any video requests, leave them in the comments. I'm here to serve you, so I want to make sure that I'm making videos that you want to see. This was my keyword that I'm going after: how to remove the background from a video without green screen. So I'll just do how. I don't even need the how. remove video background. I'm gonna shrink that down. That's another thing that I'd say about thumbnails. I notice a lot of people, they try and add their entire keyword into the thumbnail, and it's actually not good for click-through rates because people don't want to read. They want eye-catching things. I would say the max use like 5-6 words at the most. 6 is pushing it. 5 is even pushing it. Like if you can get it down to like 4 or 5 words, I would do that. Like this is gonna. So, and things that you're gonna think that people, you want the value to come from the video, not necessarily just all the thumbnails. So I'm just gonna do this, shrink that down here. And this is the basis. I've already got the basis of my entire thumbnail. Shrink that down a little bit there. Maybe add some exclamation points. And this is really fun because once you notice that a particular thumbnail is doing well, it could be kind of your inspiration for creating other thumbnails. Just like this. I'm just gonna make it there. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make this free a little bit bigger because that's a word that catches people's eyes. There we go. And then another thing that I like about this particular tool is that you could add little, drop shadows on the text. So if you want this to have a little bit more of like a pop, say this wasn't white, I could have a drop shadow. I think it looks good without it in this particular case. But that way you can create kind of a separation from the background on some of your thumbnails. So I'm just gonna make this a little bit bigger. Bump my head over there. And that was pretty quick, right? I mean, I think we've been doing this just for a couple minutes, and for the most part, my thumbnail is done. Now, I've already used this. I want it to still look a little bit different than other thumbnails that I've used. So I'm gonna change the background color. So remove video background free. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna search for, I'm gonna look for chroma key green. So this is the color that I want because I'm talking about like green screen. So instead of like Googling stuff, I just use this Chrome plugin, see? And then I can just grab it and it gives me the code for what color that green is. Now, I'm gonna go back to Thumbnail Blaster. I'm gonna click on this background and then I'm gonna paste that in. There you go. Now it looks like I'm standing in front of a green screen. And then if I want to, I could also change this. But I like the red there. I might just leave that or maybe duplicate it and create a little bit of a separation. And just play around with it, and then it doesn't take much work. If you start overthinking it, you're just gonna get frustrated, and usually your first impression of what needs to be done is probably the right one. So I do there. I'm gonna switch this to black, and then I'll send it back a few layers. That is a thumbnail that will catch somebody's eye. So then I go to save and continue. I use that. So they want you to rename it, otherwise it's going to overwrite it. So I'm just going to call it green. So now it will save a new template. So if I want to come back to this one, and that's it. So if I want to save it, I always just right click, open that in a new tab, and I'll be able to save this thumbnail to my computer, just so if I want to use it on any other social media site, then it's as simple as just hitting publish. It just verified the name of, that's the name, free tools, how to remove it, and then hit publish, and that's it. So now if I go to YouTube, I can go to my videos and see, there it is. It's already been updated. So now I have that thumbnail, and what I recommend whenever you're making a thumbnail, look at your thumbnail on different screens. Look at it on your computer, look at it on your phone, look at it on your television, because you got to think that people aren't necessarily going to be watching it on the same thing or seeing your thumbnail on the same device. But for the most part, just do that, and you're going to have a really, really nice thumbnail that's going to really pop. And there's one last little thing that I want to throw out there that is like a key bit of advice, is that if you noticed, I put all the text on the left-hand side, and that's because who cares if, you know, my chest or whatever is covered up by this. It says 7 minutes. But if I put free on this side, then it would say a lot of people will see that 7 minutes. It shows the same on people's actual channels when they're going through the runtime of the video. Just make sure that you don't want the text to be covered up. So just put your picture on the right-hand side, like I'd say exclusively. I've noticed a drastic difference in my click-through rate since I switched to putting my picture always on the right-hand side. I actually originally recorded that for a Facebook post in Shelly Hopkins' Facebook group, Digital Marketing Strategies for Online Entrepreneurs. I'll leave a link to her Facebook group in the comments. Make sure that you check it out. What do you use to make your YouTube thumbnails? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.